Game over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck is fucking... How did you do fucking... Fuck! Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's phones. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get versticken. Join me. Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Johnny, what do you know about illegal narcotics?
Try to relax your anus.
Welcome. Happy birthdays this fact. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is today? Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I was like, why isn't the screen up? I hit the wrong button. Happy birthday. Whose birthday? Whose birthday is it today? I don't know. Got it on the live chat? Good. Mr. Q saying afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Eugene Stoner already getting in on the Rumble chat. Good to see you, Eugene. Happy to have you all here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Love having everybody doing the show, the whole thing. It's awesome. We have 3 hours and a half to go, and I'm going to be honest. I love doing the show, and I'm so grateful for all the support, and I can't wait to be done. Being a guest on a show turned into hosting one, then turned into doing that, and then the next morning. I'm ready. Happy birthday, and Saint Laurent saying Happy New Year. Well, is it a new year? New year, new me. Fucking gay. Thank you for jumping in on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. We love seeing everybody, especially this early on, like seeing the numbers we have here. That's nice and awesome. We're gonna go pretty quick. Streaming coverage will continue. What do you mean will continue? Can I go back to the beginning? Let's go back to the beginning. There was I don't know if you guys heard about this. I normally don't do, like, depressing stuff, especially early on, but, this one's like breaking news, out of Dallas. So there was a shooting, a shooting at a high school. Awesome. This isn't gonna suck. Let's find out what we can about this, and then we'll get into the show. I prepped, because this wasn't even part of the prep. This just showed up as I was doing it. Claire Danes' 45th birthday. Well, god damn it. Happy birthday, Claire Danes. Can I see the suit? Jokes.
bring the live picture back of the campus.
Oh,
there
here it goes.
There we go. All right, Tanya, we can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry about
Hopefully
that.
you heard our question, but there are a lot of different factors inside that building. Joe been talking to parents, Rebecca bringing us reports from her sources that there was a bit of a panic inside, as you can imagine, when the shooting happened. There are a lot of different factors, from the emotional to, steadying the staff and the students and everyone who's inside, to then investigating that crime scene.
Well, absolutely. And at the beginning of these kind of things, you're going to have a lot of sheer chaos, right? Who's been shot?
Dead kids,
how
folks.
seriously are they injured? Where's the suspect? Locking that school down. And you heard that parent describe that all the classroom doors had locks, and that they were, the students were locked up inside their.
Are you telling me that I got censored already for playing a live air thing? Because they're playing it like this is the old one. This isn't the news. Am I? Let's go to live. Was it? No, that was all playing. What do you mean YouTube What do we mean YouTube censoring? Where is YouTube censoring? No, I got censored trying to. Oh, God, you made me oh, Jesus Christ. Holy Windows, Batman. You made me think that I was getting censored for playing the feed. Oh, God. I'm retarded. All right, again, following the great thing. Sorry. No, dude, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, dude, the chat box isn't up over there, so when I go from there to here, it wipes out. All right, so we're going to go back and turn the chat box on over there. And then, yeah. So, no, dude, it's all good. Just way to make a butt pucker. Everyone come to Rumble, strength in numbers. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the Rumble numbers, speaking of numbers, the Rumble numbers have been going up so nicely that I'm kind of like, hey, Rumble, how we doing? But all right, anyways, back to this again, horrible thing. I want to know more about the actual incident of the shooting that happened, but an underage shooter. I don't know anything other than I saw this. It was a live story while I was prepping the show, so I grabbed the link and said it's live. We'll go to it. And then, so yeah, I rewound it, and we're going through however much of it we find to see what we get. We'll see where we land. I guess we might jump around a bit. There is like a half hour worth of stuff here.
Rooms. These kids are very familiar with, lockdown drills and what to do. I mean, that's just the state of affairs that we have today. And of course, from a law enforcement side, just like Rebecca was talking about, that they're going to be, systematically collecting evidence, trying to figure out how did that student get that gun?
Student.
How did he get it in the school? And we heard from that parent that they had metal detectors. So, did he take it through a metal detector? It didn't go off? Do we have a defective metal detector? Did somebody help him get it inside the school? Those are a lot of the questions they'll be seeking to answer. And of course, just from the parent perspective, you heard that from the parent that Jobin was talking to, just the angst that they feel, right? The one thing you want to do right now is get to your student, but there's procedures that have to be followed. They have to, again, lock down that school and then set up a reunification center and then begin to systematically reunify those students.
Maybe finger pop a couple of
Tanya,
them.
thank you so much for that important context. Right now, we do have some new information.
Yeah, we want to get back out to senior crime and justice reporter Rebecca Lopez. Rebecca.
Fat Conan saying it was a ghost gun, right? Yeah, that I bet that's what we're gonna hear. So again, student shooter. So we know that much. Student shooter at a high school in Wilmer Hutchins, Texas. The reason I froze on this is Wilmer Hutchins. There's a town called Wilmer and a town called Hutchinson in this area. So like when I saw Wilmer Hutchins, I was like, wait a minute, what? And then it's in Dallas, Texas. Texas, huh? I'm not in Texas, but let's find out what that's about.
You're saying that you have new information about the suspected shooter.
Hi, I am being told
he was black. No, I'm just kidding. We have no idea who the suspected shooter is. I'm sure, though, the suspected shooter will be a victim if they're trans. Just saying, that's usually the way that goes.
that the shooter is, in fact, a student at that school and that these two students possibly knew one another. And I do believe that that is why they were so quickly able to identify the suspect and take that person into custody. And again, one person just shot. It was inside the G building, which is apparently close to the football field house. And so that
we got a deal
keep
gone
hearing different
bad.
things from people and getting text messages saying there's just a lot of rumors that happen when this sort of thing is going on. Some of the information, as Tanya was mentioning earlier, changes. Right now, my sources are telling me one person shot, not multiple, one suspect, not multiple suspects, just one suspect, and that person has been taken into custody, is being questioned now by police, and they will get to the bottom.
I don't understand this. Why are there aren't people supposed to be in school? Why is the parking lot so empty?
Of what the motive was, what happened here, and so that's where we stand right now. Now, I do want to bring up something very quickly. I know that DISD has been working.
All right, so that's what we have. We have the important parts now. Apparently, a student shot and killed another student. He could have gotten past the detectors by taking a piece in at a time. Larger pieces sneak in by a magnet on a wheelchair. See, that is very Saint Laurent, that's a lot of methodical work. You got to have a serious beef with somebody to just a piece at a time with a pistol and then just pull the whole thing out. At any rate, that is what we know. Multiple agencies responding to a shooting at a Dallas high school. The school, again, Wilmer Hutchins High School, which is apparently just one person shot. So might just be a fight for once. Wouldn't that be? Isn't it sad that that's reassuring? Well, at least it wasn't another school massacre. It's just two people fighting. Identify as trans. Maybe. I don't know. We don't know anything about the shooter. We've heard nothing about the shooter. So check OJ's grave. Make sure it wasn't him. All right, let's go ahead and close that one out. Wait a minute, is it still live? What do you have now? Oh, it's just literally... All right, guys, just leave it live on the shot. There we are. There we go. All right, let's go. All righty, let's close that one out right there. There we go. So, now that we're talking about shootings and stuff, that's a great lead-in for this one. The Washington Post recently covered a story about a man who opened fire on police during a traffic stop. So, the Washington Post writer Jennifer Hannessy opened the story saying, Dexter Reed's mother remembers the last time she saw her son alive. Mom, I'm going for a ride, he told her before heading out in a car that he had purchased just 3 days earlier. Reed, 26, was killed that same day when tactical unit police officers fired 96 bullets at him within 41 seconds, according to Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability, which investigates allegations of police misconduct and police shootings. He was just riding around in his car, Dexter's mother, Nicole Banks, told Fox 32 Chicago on Tuesday as she broke down in tears. They killed him. Well, that sounds horrible. That sounds awful. Well, 30 minutes of body cam footage was released related to the gunfire exchange resulting in Dexter Reed's death. So let's and they said exchange. They said exchange. That's weird. This was framed as one black man was assaulted with bullets. Fat Conan saying you shoot at police, you end up with lead poisoning, right? The Washington Post saying that what was it? They called it police fire 96 shots in 41 seconds. Right, we talk about how many shots the police fired. That article doesn't really mention the shooting part. Okay. Let's go to this one. Okay, so the first one right here. And boop. Boop. Nah.
Roll the windows down. Roll the window down, man. Roll the window down. What are you doing?
Roll this one down.
Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
Okay.
Do not roll the window up.
Do not fucking roll
Unlock the doors now.
the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now.
Open the fucking door.
So he bought this car 3 days ago. It looks like an utter piece of crap. Okay. He, by the way, looks like a homeless person. After they ask him to roll the window down, he does. Then he rolls up. So they're immediately okay. Oh wait. We can't see the video. Oh fuck! I just pulled an Imholt. How tired am I? Oh Jesus. Okay. Let's restart that. I'm stupid.
Roll the windows down.
Roll the window down, man.
Roll the window down.
I love this person's like, don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. I have weed. You don't need to know. I don't want to be involved.
What are you doing?
Roll this one down.
Roll that one down too. Hey,
So they asked him to roll the window down. He rolled it down, looked at him, and then rolled it up. Okay.
don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
Okay.
Do not roll the window up.
Do not fucking roll
Unlock the doors now.
Open the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now.
Open the fucking door.
Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
I don't believe those are the police that are shooting. Let's go back quick.
Lock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
Okay, so there's 2 cops here. Who's doing the shooting? Okay, so that's one of them. We have a couple of these. They say he fired 11 rounds, emptying his clip. Well, let's go back to this, the one then. Let's go back to this one, and then we'll go check out, because we have some other ones, too.
Open the door now. Open the door now.
I heard 11 or 12 shots there. So, yeah, I'm imagining he could have. There's another video of another side showing the cop getting hit over 3 at the passenger side. Is chat meant to be off screen for this? No, Saint Caesar, it's not. I just forgot to link it up. Freaking relax, dude. The chat's not on the screen. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, and let's go back here. Let's fix that. So, okay. Where's the stupid chat box thing? All right, there we go. Boom. Now it's not on there. It's on the screen now. All right, so yeah, there's this one. All right, so we don't need to keep doing that anyway, because like I said, there's another one. We have a couple of different videos. There's a couple to choose from. So there's that one. We have this one. This is a body cam officer who was shot at the start. Oh, and who died. Okay. I don't know that I want to play that. So yeah, the dude killed a cop and apparently started the exchange. Let's
Open the fucking door.
Unlock the door now.
Hey, unlock it.
Oh, and by the way, the cop who got shot is a black guy. Just so before we say he pulled some racist stuff. Yeah, I don't know that I want to necessarily do that. This portion of the video released moments ago. The full video plus 30 more videos, pieces of evidence are available here. I don't know. No cops died that I heard of. Hit him in the arm. Oh, Dexter Reed who died. Okay, Dexter Reed's the one who died, not the cop. The cop got hit in the arm. Okay, so now I can play this then. Yeah, Fat Coney, you're right. The cop got hit in the arm. I misread the thing and presumed they meant the cop died. So, again, we'll go with this angle.
Hey, put your window down, man.
Roll the window down. What are you doing?
Hey, hold this one down, too.
Again, this car that he bought 3 days ago looks like it's been in one or more collisions. This thing shouldn't be on the road.
Not fucking roll it up. Open the fucking door. Unlock the door now. Open the fucking
Hey,
door.
unlock it.
Unlock the door now. Open the door now. Open the
Hey!
door now.
Okay, so yes, the cops fired 96 bullets. The only reason the guy didn't fire 96 bullets is because he had to reload. It's not his fault that he only brought the one gun and they each brought one of their own. There were just more of them than him. If he hadn't opened fire, it probably wouldn't have gone that way. Fucking A. Can we start arresting the people that report this shit like the Washington Post did? Can we start holding that as a crime, a journalistic crime? No jail time, pull a fine, a journalistic crime. It's okay. He's using a high point. He won't hit anything. I don't know. Did that cop just try to do a crappy combat role? No, I'm pretty sure this morning's Rumble show fails to play. Yeah, I don't know. If you're talking about on my show, I don't know. On Aaron's end, don't know what to tell you, man. Don't know what to tell you. Did somebody just do the... Because I swear I heard it. 96 shots, human salt shaker. Well, when one cop is shot, several others have been shot at. And again, a traffic stop turned into unloading bullets. Just bullets upon bullets. And fuck the mom. They killed my baby. Yeah, well, your baby did try to kill them first. Again, And by the way, you let your baby drive around town in a car that looks like it's been in an accident recently? That thing looks like it just drove through several vehicles. Oh, man. Accurate fire by volume, says Mr. Q. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, he got hit in the arm pretty much right off the jump. 3 shots fired at him. Who knows how many fired at the other officers. 11 in total. Empties out his clip or magazine or whatever you want to call it. And then, again, the cops fired 96 rounds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure with the unprovoked, unloading of the entire thing, they weren't going to play at that point. Rusty Grammer saying, no shit, a completely fixed and stationary high point can't hit bullseye every time. Chinese shit. I don't know. I don't know bullets. That doesn't sound like a police officer firing. So, again, oops, but oops. Oh, dude. All right, I'm taking that out. I don't want people. So, yeah, he's wounded. That was the other body cam video there. Yeah, so, here, we'll give you Spoiler alert, this is grody. It's a still shot, but yeah, boom. So he took one in the arm. He took a hit, and fucking lucky to be alive. And again, they ran that story as the guy who did the shooting was the victim. Reed wouldn't cooperate with police, and when he opened fire on them, all over a seatbelt violation. They pulled him over, and he opened fire on them over a seatbelt violation. And then he jumped out the passenger side of the vehicle after shooting at police. It is at this point that the killing shots are delivered. Oh. So, again, the police are shooting Glocks, so 96 shots. Standard magazine capacity is 15 rounds. It's likely using a similar handgun. So 6.5 magazines in a standard Glock. In essence, between 5 of them, each officer fired 1 mag and 2 reloaded. So each of them fired so they didn't even get excessive. They returned fire. Again, fuck the Washington Post. Oh my God, fuck the Washington Post. Oh no. Oh, here's the kid's mom talking to media. Would you like to hear from the kid's mother? Would you like to hear from the kid's mother? Let's hear from the kid's mom. You know, we can all say what we want, but she knew him. Let's hear from Denise Rodman.
He had just bought his new car 3 days before that, and he was just riding around in his car. He said, "Mom, I'm going for a ride," and they killed him.
They killed him after he opened fire, you bitch. Fuck this lady. Can we put her in jail too? We're doing that with shooters now, where we arrest the parents too, right? Fanatical Bucks fan, I bet cops would stop enforcing seatbelt violations if every suspect fired 11 shots at them. Or the cops might, again, kill a couple people. 50. Thank you, Egg Picker, for the 50 bits. If you put blanks in the gun, you can fire blanks. No, I still feel like firing blanks at a car is not a good move. Wow, Fat Conan, youch. Did people think shooting at cops gets them an attaboy? I don't think that. The thing that I hate is this with he was just going for a ride and they killed him. No, they pulled him over. He rolled his window down, then rolled it up, and then started shooting. Why did he start shooting? Under no circumstance was there a reason to start shooting. And, by the way, what the fuck is with the car? Again, the car looked like utter garbage. He just got his brand new car. That's a brand new car. That thing looks like it was stolen. It just, he thought he was playing GTA. He has previous gun charges from last year. Can we stop allowing these people's family to speak up when it's a criminal who does some criminal shit and gets a criminal ending? Like, no offense, I don't want like jackbooted thugs in society and stuff like that. But and I know that that's what I'm proposing is a slippery slope towards that. But I'm saying in general, like if you repeatedly commit like armed robbery or violent gun offenses and then you do some shit like this, how about you don't get a press release? How about you get to be sad that your kid's gone? It's really, really sad for you. You loved your baby boy. But again, you did not, you obviously didn't raise him very well if you taught him to open fire at police officers. Just saying, might be A few lessons you missed there somewhere. You know what? How about I got it? You sit down with his dad and you talk about where he got the idea that was okay. Thank you for the 100 bits, Egg Picker. I really, really appreciate that. Order out of chaos? I don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, again, the wilting like a flower. They killed my baby. Yeah, your baby opened fire. Yeah, and now a lot of people in the chat. Your little boy pulled a gun and opened fire on cops. He was not just going for a ride. I'm going for a ride to shoot some cops. Mommy's little angel, says Quadra. Yeah, so yeah. So again, that is ridiculous. But I'm sure she's just, pumping it up for the lawsuit she's gonna file. Because if she doesn't have a kid, she might as well see if she can get a couple million out of a city. Because that's okay. All right, that's just fucking gross. Ugh. Oh, it hurts me in my body. Egg Picker, no worries, Johnny. Happy to be here. Well, I'm happy to have you, man. I'm happy to have everybody here. We've had a great week. Well, great. I've had a good week. I've taken some hits in a lot of ways, but we're gonna be okay. We're gonna find a way, and we're grateful all you guys can show up here. Thank you for the donations yesterday and everything else. Our goal is at $45 on the 16th, next Tuesday. Just the way everything's shook out. I'm all shook out. So that's the way that goes. And anything we get today kicks into that. So missed this morning, but a day without Johnny is a day without sunshine, says Egg Picker. Well, I appreciate that. This morning was particularly fun. Rumble is always a good time. I wanted to hang out with Aaron in person and stuff and really, validate things. But I didn't get a chance to. Because I was so tired. I'm still tired. I've got a video game thing that I really want to do. So it's just kind of like, what are you gonna do? Be an adult? Probably not. But I'm not playing games either. As soon as this is done, I'm hanging out with the daughter. I'm thinking it's movie night. I'm thinking a big old bucket of popcorn, a nice movie, me and the kid, just for like an hour and a half or two. Yep. All right. There is sunshine also, says Chevy JP. Yeah, you can do that. You can get out and get some real vitamin D. My doctors keep telling me to do it, but God knows I never will, because I'm not climbing them stairs. If God wanted me to climb stairs, he would have gave me legs that work. Alrighty, so this is lighter, but still unfortunately somewhat on the heavy side. A young Brazilian congressman has warned the UN about what is happening in his country and dropped some fire in the process. Let's see what this is. A youth leader in Brazil talking about what's going on in Brazil. All right, so he's about to start speaking. You're going to put the subtitles in his native language. That makes no sense. This was my speech at the United Nations, where I had the opportunity to tell the world what is actually happening in Brazil. Since then, the justice has ordered an investigation against me, the most voted deputy of the country, only for saying that Lula is corrupt, who should be in jail.
A poor neighborhood in my city, Belo Horizonte, Brazil. I'm married, I'm Christian, and we are expecting a daughter, Aurora, who will be born in 3 months. I became the most voted federal congressman in Brazil, and I'm here to warn you about what's happening in my country. I apologize if I make any mistakes in my speech. I'm still learning English. The left returned to power in the presidencies of Brazil this year, but it has had the power of universities, media, and culture for decades. America is like a body, and its health is a tripod: patriotism, morality, and spirituality. If someone undermines these 3 areas, America will collapse from within. Stalin said this. They have known the secret for a long time. and use all possible means to achieve their goal, the destruction of the family. But you may wonder, wouldn't that be too radical of an idea? Does anyone really want to do this? And after all, how would they do that?
Okay, I'm losing you, man. You're losing me, homie. Youth leader. Oh, I like him, says Egg Picker. Fat Conan say, Tremonts. Say it, sister. He knows what's up. Oh, never mind. I guess people, there's a movie called 65. Pretty cool. Dinosaurs and space stuff. Okay. Eugene Stoner. I don't know who that was for, me or you, but thank you. Hi, Johnny. The show can start now, says Trucker 18 Wheeler. Good. Glad we have your permission. I've been at it for a hot minute, but, you know, we'll get it going for you. If you're just joining us, we're checking out this youth leader talking about things going on in his country. I kind of want to keep going, but he's he's hard to listen to.
First, they destroy the sense of reality. There is no longer right and wrong, good or bad. Everything is relative. When they say that, why then say that men exist? Women, aren't they concrete concepts? Therefore, they must be abolished. Then they move on stage number 2, the destruction of identity. If you are nothing, then everything can be everything.
I think I see where he's
Therefore,
going.
they will destroy your identity as a person. Young people no longer know what or who they are. They are carried away by any wind of doctrine and cling to what is fashionable. They tell you, dress like this, use this type of language, and finally, live like this. It is the generation most lacking in good references that has ever existed. After all, the left replaced Jesus with a Black Lives Matter activist.
Oh boy. I can't imagine that that this is going to get a lot of play in a lot of places. I wonder why they haven't aired this bit on CNN. Why not? All these meds. Okay, can I have my nose back? If he was white, that would be front page CNN. If he was white. I'm sure MSNBC has it on loop. Yeah, on loop in the do not play thing. He's talking literally about woke people being a problem.
In exchange of the cross, which represents injustice against an innocent person, for symbols that represent nothing other than selfishness of activism itself. By the way, the rainbow is not yours, but ours. Read the Bible and you'll find out.
So he just, oh boy, oh boy, oh, I'm gonna cough more. I gotta stop using this thing. He just said that the rainbow belongs to Christians. Oh, they're going to have a problem with him. No, he's not. They're not playing. He's getting into heaven, speaking the truth, even until death. Well done, kiddo. Well, I don't know about the truth of the rainbow or whatever, but yeah, he's not happy with their leader.
Also, beauty no longer exists. The focus is on shocking, whether in fashion, music, films, and TV series. The important thing is to sell a culture that delivers everything you want, except meaning of life. Slaves to their own will. A generation that cannot handle pain, confrontation, much less being told what is wrong.
Dude, I don't know this, man. I don't know if you should do this, man. You're speaking too much truth. I don't want to be seen on the screen with you, lest I be say that I am involved. Now I'm just a disembodied voice. Could be anybody saying this stuff. Anybody. I'm almost glad that this is in Spanish down here. That way nobody just have the messages paused on the screen. I feel like if they played this a lot more places. We'd be having rallies right now of people like, they're planning to annihilate the trans and the LGBTs because they kind of, I don't know, are catching on.
Who exchange their parents' advices for teachers who never carried them in their arms? Who commit the strange of the youth to actions that only serve those who are dominating them? They are too foolish to know that they are being used and who uses them. Like those who campaign for abortion, but ignore that 75 years ago, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was published, which in its third article states, everyone has the right to life. This is a 12-week-old baby. His or her heart is already beating. It has a fingerprint. There is no...
Right. We don't need to sit here and get into the... And I like that you had to bring the little baby thing in here. This is a 12-week-old baby. Like, again... A real baby? Ew. Yeah, Fat Conan's got the right point, buddy. You need to put that thing back, all right? That's not supposed to be outside of the box yet. All right, you opened the package too soon. I get it, you were excited, but it ain't Christmas morning. Put it back. You're killing a child.
World like this baby. When they find a bacteria on Mars, they call...
Trucker 18-wheeler says, in the Bible, it says the rainbow is a promise from God that he will never flood the earth again. Well, that's interesting. So then what about all that global warming and water world stuff? I thought people would be like, "Oh, it's the floods, it's the..." Of course he's anti-abortion too. Yeah, dude, he's anti-abortion. He's from a deeply religious country. He came out kind of going, hey, by the way, gays, I don't mean to be a dick, but your flag is ours. The rainbow is ours. I mean, what were you thinking?
Call it life. But this child is just a clamp of cells to them. To those who propagate death and help the largest silent genocidal movement, we will respond with a culture that recognizes the sacredness of life and encourages its acceptance. I renew my commitment of protecting the lives of children, both before and after birth. This is the first and most fundamental of rights. Without it, nothing else is possible. But it is not only tool they use to change our culture. Men who use it to lie about their ages.
Change our culture? You're coming after my coocher. Fat Conan saying Democrats don't read the Bible. That's why they don't know. Well, to be fair, oh, that's right. I took my camera off the screen because I was doing the whole, I don't want to be associated with this bit. To be fair, I don't know that a whole lot of, Republicans read their Bible either. Because you would think that, like, deeply religious people would bring that up. The whole, like, well, the flag is a thing about God and whatever. But I mean, the Bible, you'll find references to all sorts of phenomena. I'm not doing the bit. I think I'm retiring the phenomenon bit. I'm becoming worried about my mic stand, so I think I'm retiring the phenomenon bit. Your coocher is... Oh, no, my coocher is ripe. Oh, no. Your coocher smells like Popeyes. Oh, no. Love that coocher from Popeyes. Not my coocher.
To go to war and fight for their country, but now lie about their biological sex to compete with women. How did we get to this point?
See, again, on the one hand, like, I agree. I completely agree. Like, dude, how did we get to this point? How do we reach this place? And then on the other hand, I'm sitting here thinking, like, Man, they're going to come get him. Man, they are going to come get him. In fact, I'm not even here. In fact, it's all this guy.
Who is responsible for creating this generation? Where are the men and women with the courage to say they will not bow to tyranny?
Exactly.
Are we watching the world collapse in front of our eyes and we are just going to watch it? No. We ain't nobody's slaves. Our freedom was achieved with a lot of sweat and blood, and it would be very naive to believe that it would be not with sweat and blood.
All right, sorry. I was having fun. I'll put everything back on. I was goofing around. I was having fun with the the chat box is there. The Clintons are in his shower right now waiting for him to get home. Let's turn the chat box. I took the logo in the chat box out because I was like, oh, there's nobody here. We're not associated with it.
That we would maintain it. I come here to give a message to all who those still have hope in changing the world. The world will be a better place if there weren't so many people promising to improve it. It's a quote from philosopher Olavo de Carvalho, and that fits perfectly with Greta and Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, that supported our socialist president called Lula, a thief that should be in jail, and now we have Amazonia with the worst fire in 15 years, and they are just in silent and disappeared.
Is this a man or a woman? This is the most effeminate dude I've ever seen. Like, dude, is that a chick?
Let us first be the change. I know that the situation looks terrible and they're
She's more butch than him. What the hell? That's Ricky Martin? Oh, you're joking. Now you're joking. Fuck, I've been ignoring the chat over on Rumble. Hey, guys. I'm here to say the movie's called 65. Pretty cool. Dinosaur. Yep, fingerprints are not even unique anymore. Right now, it's a symbol of hate for the SWM. Yeah, everything that make it about them, selfish adults who never grew up, chose simplistic urges over being a decent human being. I'm going to be honest with you now. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure that straight people can choose simplistic urges over being a decent human being. I don't think that's limited to a particular like sexual orientation or anything like that. There's a community that, because of the risk of pregnancy and stuff is out the window, a certain level of promiscuity is way more acceptable. But yeah, I dare to say you'd see that in the straight community if getting knocked up wasn't as simple as, oh God, I came. I'm sorry, the phone rang. It startled me. The dog was barking. Your tits are amazing. I couldn't hold it back anymore. So yes, Hillary Clinton's tagline on abortions used to be safe, legal, and rare. That wasn't a form of conception. Contraception. Okay, okay, yeah, Landers is having fun in the Rumble chat. Bishop just saying, yep, I don't know where we're at. Spray. We need to neuter or spay all our neighbors. Yeah, like I'm saying, if you did that, like if you could not accidentally knock somebody up, we already have so many people that have kids because, oops, and I came and I had a kid. My sister Pam, I shouldn't be saying names. My sister, my older sister and my younger sister both had kids with someone that they weren't planning to have kids with. They just had kids with that person. Well, had a kid with that person. I think my sister, again, don't say names. I think my my middle-aged sister, the middle of the three sisters, I think she's the only one who had a kid like as a part of a plan. I technically had a kid as a part of a plan, though we were told we couldn't conceive. But yes, fucking, where were we? Contraception? I don't know.
Conservatives.
I'm running out of power, man. I'm keeping this boat going. We got about, 2.5 hours of show to do for you. And oh boy, am I just kind of So if you appreciate me continuing to soldier through all this and want to show some love with bit subs, sound drops, all that, we'd sure be appreciative. Here we go with the guy talking again.
Stands towards private life, his work and his family. But if we don't rise up for public life, our private life will be and is in danger. To do this, we need to raise educators who will dictate new directions for UNESCO, for example. Education that teaches and not doctrinates. New judges who will honor the magisterium and deliver justice. And not like some of Brazil's Supreme Court who have betrayed the Brazilian people and persecuted their political opponents. New teachers who will use the classroom to train students and not activists. New artists, musicians, directors who will influence culture towards something other than just sex and promiscuity. New people who will...
Oh, boy. He's putting out a lot of laws. I don't know if you know this or not, buddy, but you're going to have... That's an uphill battle. What happened on the screen, says John Doe. What? What do you mean what happened on the screen? Now I'm paranoid. I paused the thing. What do you mean what happened on the screen? He's definitely on Hillary's list. Yeah, what happened on the screen? Fat Conan going, chastity does not sell, sex does. Yes, that is a very true thing. Sex does sell. But I mean, Spanish Justin Bieber. Oh, that's oh God. That's a Brazilian person talking. What happened on the screen? What do you mean? Fucking. It's a person talking about the status of affairs in Brazil. Egg Picker, did you see the link? I added you on Twitter. Celsius is like cocaine. I did not. I might have to look into that in a bit. I don't use Celsius, though. Did P. Diddy touch that kid, too? No. So far as I know, P. Diddy didn't diddle this kid. But then again, he came to the UN to give this speech when P. Diddy left the American country to... Holy balls, am I burning out? So yeah, maybe Diddy diddled him, like midair.
Transform this world. Know that if you are listening to me right now, I believe in your strength, in your ability to influence and change where you are. You start with your family, then your neighbor. Bring light to your neighborhood, and we will live better than we are now. We never know the extent of our influence, where our voice will reach. But I hope I have reached your heart, because I'm speaking from it.
Yeah, he's gonna get murdered. He's gonna get murdered. It's murder. Okay, Johnny, don't get up my ass. I was only asking a question. Yeah, but you made me worry that the show was fucked up, is what I was saying. And I had that happen earlier with somebody else saying, oh, Fallen the Great, going, censorship on YouTube is crazy. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I got censored? And he's like, oh, no, I meant me with a comment. And I was like, oh, I thought you meant because I've had issues with the chat going down and things before. So people, boom. My grandparents had 20 kids. Tweety, that's fucked up. Like, really, 20 kids? I'm in a family of 5. And I'm just like, how? How does somebody not murder somebody else? I'm amazed. We got close, I think. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yeah, you tell him on the hill, and that's what I said. Anyways, so that's that guy warning of the dangers in Brazil, particularly with their leader, who is a huge leftist person and pushes a lot of the woke left ideology stuff that we have going on here. So interesting that's what he's saying about that. Like I said, he posted this. He posted this as a copy of his speech. He said, "This was my speech at the United Nations headquarters, where I had the opportunity to tell the world what is actually happening in Brazil. Since then, the quote-unquote justice has ordered an investigation against me, the most voted deputy of the country, only for saying that Lula is a corrupt president." Let's close that out. Thank you. Who was that? Thank you, Lab Glass, for the 100 bits. We appreciate it. That's super duper awesome. Our next story here is about the student debt. Brazil. It means whale's vagina. I'm sure that's a quote out of somewhere. I just don't know what, but it seems funny. Our next story is one that usually kind of annoys me. I'm the youngest of 9, says Trucker 18-wheeler. That is surprising. Again, it's not the fucking 1600s. Why are people like spawning herds? You know, you have 1, maybe 2. Like the idea of going above 4, I'm like, why? Are you suicidal? What's your problem? Anchorman, says Nash Albertson. Is that a guess? Quote from Anchorman, says Mr. Q. Yep, apparently, quote from Anchorman. Brazil. It means whale's vagina. Yeah, I don't think that's what that means. But thank you, Beast to Busco, and everyone else for joining into the show and being part of it. Let's get this ad done here so we can get to this story. So Biden is obsessed with passing the student reform thing. Fuck it all. Yeah, I want to take some fuck it all and just I came close to being like, dude, how about we just bail? How about we don't do the show?
Cheer 500. He's gonna get picked on in the Young Leaders Club for sure.
I don't know if he's gonna make it to the Young Leaders Club because I again think that the government that he works for is already zeroing in on him for calling them out. San Diego is the whale's vagina. San Diego is the whale's vagina. Where in the world is San Diego? Well, apparently it's a whale's vagina, so where do they keep it? I don't know. Wherever you keep a whale's vagina. We have 2.5 minutes to launch a hype train. I better load this up in case that happens. Critical thinking isn't allowed. Yeah, and I want it to make a return. I love critical thinking. Under the whale, usually, says Fat Conan. You know what? That sounds anatomically accurate. I'll take it because I don't know any better or worse. Tweety go. Oh, no, we had 20 kids over there. We did that. Yeah, I smoked my bad. Oh, wow. Landers, proof that sometimes weed's a good thing. Yes, I remember now, says John Doe. Okay. Well, we have, again, 2 minutes if we want to do that hype train thing. Just someone else throwing in 100 bits or a subscription, and that happens. We'll load this up in case that goes. While we do all of that, we're going to talk about Biden's last I'm hoping it's his last-ditch effort, and I hope it gets quashed like all the other ones did for this student loan shit. I don't like...
Here comes a train, a busy little train.
Thank you, Fettuccine.
Up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies. Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver 10-2. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes a train today. Here comes a train!
The glasses was a nice touch. That's got to be an aim. That's too perfectly placed. That was beautiful. All right, so I got to load that up. We're 43% of the way through level 1 of the hype train. If you want to support the show on Twitch, now is the absolute best time with the bits, the subs, the sound drops, the stickers. You got all that stuff up to your discretion, and then we'll load this up for a controlled burn in a second. So yes, driving that hype train high on cocaine. I wish. I've never been high on cocaine. I feel like there's certain things at this point in my life I haven't done, but like with where the world is now, I don't know that I want to do them. Cocaine, airplane rides. I'm like, do I want to risk it? Do I want to be the one? Do I want to risk it? Do you have some Triscuits? Should I get up on that plane with my biscuit? Like, I don't think it's going to work. So Johnny's so burnt he didn't even react to the USB. I kind of did. One of my legs is twitching like a motherfucker, so that's got me. And I am a little sleepy. I've been working on a thing in a video game when I have spare time. The thing is very important to me. Thank you for the dun-dun. The thing is very important to me, And hey there, jerky, says Hobo Chili Recipe. Hobo Chili Recipe, everybody. Hey, welcome. What's up, Hobo? Call sign Slime. Can you tell me the story about the boring ass streamer named Johnny K that doesn't do shit on stream other than run his mouth? Call sign Slime, why are you still here if you don't like being here? What a snooze fest. So you're just that bored? That bored. Weird. I don't get it. Like, yeah, sure, I'm not the most entertaining person in the world. I'm fine with it. I've come to terms with that. What a snooze fest. Then why are you here? Fantastic, thank you. I brought all my shoes and my glasses. All right, Hobo Chili Recipe. Nice. Don't worry, Johnny. I've been balls deep in Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, like I said, I've been on a video game kick. So, Oh, wait, oh, yeah. Also, fuck off if you don't like Johnny. Hobo Chili Recipe, I don't think he's still here. Call sign _ slime. Was one of the people that was being a douche canoe yesterday. I guess he didn't get banned, and I'm not pissed or bothered by that at all. But yeah, I guess he doesn't find me very, very entertaining. And I don't know if he's noticed, but my numbers prove that most people don't find me like, oh my God, you're so entertaining. I do the show for fun. What a snooze fest. Yeah, I'm a little under energy. Doing a lot of shows lately. If it's not to your liking, we won't miss you. All right, so that hype train's probably going to end. Oh, 57%. Thank you, whoever just did whatever that does. Oh, that's what that was. Thank you, Lab Glass. We do have to get to the Joe Biden thing. Why would you ban Hobo? I might, but why would you? I didn't ban Hobo. I'd never ban Hobo. I was talking about call sign Slime. Mr. Q, hate watchers have small dicks. Hey, man, plenty of people have small dicks. It doesn't have to be just hate watchers, but I'm sure for hate watchers, that's probably one of the many reasons. Johnny, I love you, doggy. Some would say the favorite part of Steel Toe. I'm the part of Steel Toe that can't run away. Literally. Let's go to Tits Velour talking about Joe Biden's latest attempt to pass student fucking loan forgiveness and who qualifies. Yay. 57% on level 1. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Oh, do I have you muted? I do.
Were laying out their plans across the total solar eclipse across the heartland of the country today. The presumptive presidential nominees were laying out their plans on two key issues: abortion and student loans. Former President Donald Trump said abortion rights should be left to the states, a position that drew pushback from Democrats and Republicans alike. We're going to have more on that.
Right, but it's actually, what's the word for it? The right one to have. Because some states are very, very cool with offing the babies. Some aren't. Lab Glass. She sounds better muted. Just like my ex-wife. Jokes. We're talking about jokes. I was never really technically married. I was just aware. Anyhow, go. Trump. Thanks.
Later in the show. But first, President Biden announced new proposals for partial or complete student loan forgiveness today. He did it in the battleground state of Wisconsin. The Biden administration has been working on this since the Supreme Court rejected the president's original plan to address the issue last year. During his speech, the president said the plans his White House is working on could help tens of millions of borrowers.
I will never stop to deliver student debt relief on hardworking Americans, and it's only in the interest of America that we do it. And again, it's for the good of our economy. It's growing stronger and stronger, and it is. By freeing millions of Americans from this crushing...
You know what? You could free them from that debt by allowing the institutions that set up this shit to take the hit, but then again, they'd stop paying you money. The problem is we don't want to pay for this, and we shouldn't have to. And our economy is not growing stronger and stronger every day. Our economy is limping along after you keep kicking it in the nuts. Oh, if a tampon could walk. Yeah. It'd be Joe Biden.
Crushing debt of student debt, it means they can finally get on with their lives instead of their lives being put on hold.
Aaron Navarro and Nydia Cavazos join us now. Aaron is following the president in Chicago, and Nydia is following Vice President Harris, who has been talking about the same issue in Philadelphia. Aaron, let's start with you. This announcement was months in the making. The White House has announced some smaller steps here and there, but this is the big one. So walk us through exactly who would benefit from this plan.
Nobody, really.
Hello from Chicago, Nancy. Good to be with you. This plan, if it is instituted in the way that President Biden proposed today, pending any, of course, challenges in the courts.
And it better not
would
be.
do three things. For those who now owe more than they began with because of interest, this plan will look to waive at least $20,000 worth of loans. It will also look to forgive student loans for those who have been making payments for at least 20 years for undergraduate education.
Cheeseburger pie. The economy is fine. I just used a 40 cents off a gallon coupon. Off what? A gallon of milk or gas? Because then if you got 40 cents off a gallon of gas, it's time to fill the tank. How about the graduated students like me that paid off their student loan? Right? How about the people like me that never took out student loans? Do I get a grant? Do I get some money? I'm suffering. I'm struggling. I'm fighting to get by. I'm not getting a handout or any help because I haven't needed one more than the ones I have till now. Actually, yeah, I shouldn't really make that bitch of a complaint. Like, I do have the whole disability thing. I don't want to be on that anyway. But that's my point. You shouldn't be buying out other people's debts. That debt should be handled by the person. You know, like I said, this would all be solved really, really easily if the government could do it. If the government would just let people with student loan debt file bankruptcy and file off the student loan debt. If you can just file bankruptcy and get rid of your student loan debt, people could do that. Then their credit takes a hit, because they didn't do what they said they would do. But I can tell you right here from where I'm sitting, you can build that back, especially one time. That's not a problem. Biden is literally collapsing the country's economy. It's fucking terrifying. I know, right? And the economy's getting better. I hate that he can just lie like that and not, it's like, oh, yeah, like you don't, well, I suppose he doesn't know. Yeah, us too. It's our money, and it's our money, and we want it now. Thank you, Riding Dirty Llama. All right. Let's go ahead and go to this.
Undergraduate education. Before, these individuals would have to apply. Under this plan, it would automatically happen. And then the officials also laid out plans, though a bit vague, to create a loan program or loan forgiveness program for those going through, quote, hardships, but they did not specify what that would exactly look like.
Right. If they give you too many specific details, they could get nitpicked on all of that. If they leave it very vague and open, they can just kind of pull it out of their ass as they go and hopefully skim as much money off the top. I really don't like this. Oh, God. Between this and the illegals, I'm tired of just giving people money. I'm tired of money that I pay in taxes and things going to stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with me, that has absolutely no benefit to me or my community as a whole. It's just really getting annoying. It's really getting annoying.
Right, and it's vague because they're actually still working through some of these details. It's going to take a few months to get this rulemaking done. Nydia, this is kind of a piecemeal approach. It's obviously not the approach the White House had been hoping to take. They wanted to wipe out $20,000 in debt for every borrower who was making less than $125,000 a year. But that plan, of course, was struck down by the Supreme Court. So how do we know that this new plan will survive court challenges, and when could it take effect?
Nancy, well, as we know, canceling student debt was the main and central campaign promise of the Biden and Harris campaign, and throughout their administration, they've made...
Right. And they haven't done anything else anyway, so it's like they got to do something. You know, it's the 11th hour. The dog ate my homework, ain't going to cut it this time.
Maintain that they're going to be able to accomplish this and meet the promise that they made to millions and millions of Americans that were hoping to get some sort of student debt relief. But of course, as we saw in 2023, the Supreme Court blocked these efforts. And so, of course, now we have a long way to go before any of this student debt relief is actually seen. We, of course, still have the Department of Education.
Can you answer the question of when it's happening or not? Is there a date or not?
That still has to publish the draft or rules so that we can receive public comments. And if once that goes through, then we would be seeing some sort of debt relief up until the early fall. And most people who would benefit under this plan, the Biden and Harris administration is estimating that it's over 20 million people who would benefit.
Right, but we don't have a specific date, and it could be early fall. Early fall, right around election time. Go fuck you. God. Again, why is the argument for just allow student loan debt to be erased with bankruptcy? Why is that not a thing? I mean, I know why. I'm retarded, but I'm not that dumb. But why can't we just do it that way? Just, all right, you borrowed this money, you couldn't pay it back, so now the banks and the schools, the reporter with the long hair, what? So is the government going to use our money to pay all the colleges this money, or tell the colleges go fuck themselves? No, Fat Conan, the government is going to use our money to pay the colleges the money. The lending institutions and the educational institutions will get paid. Those loans will be paid off. The people with the educations will have the educations, and their debts will be considered paid. But you and I, the taxpayer, are the ones that all and to be fair, the people whose debts were wiped off all chipped in to pay that debt. Did you deliberately type cash cow, or am I that sleepy? 187 cash cow. It's just, let them file it with frickin' bankruptcy. I've never understood this. Why can't you file it off with bankruptcy? You got a really expensive education, but you can't really use it, and so you can't pay it back. Well, then, bankruptcy time. You restart. They learn to maybe be a little better about their loaning. Just another money laundering scheme. Pretty much. Jive. Your mom went to college. Yeah, but she had to suck her way through it. Anything for $20. All right. So, yes, President Biden cancels student loan debt. And this is the other thing I don't like. I don't like young people that went in and signed these student loan debt things and now can't make this happen. Like, hey, solve my problem for me. Grow up and be an adult and learn to figure it out yourself. And again, like I said.
Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower.
Thank you for that, Beast of Busco. All righty, let's go ahead and drop that story. So, what is this one? Oh, yeah. The main reason for the title of today's show as we get into our second hour here is the major Iranian attack on Israel believed to be imminent. So we're going to go to the news on this story, and I really don't like us being involved with any of it. I think it's time for America and Israel to kind of, go separate directions on this one. Cut ties, as a friend of mine once said. Just time to cut ties.
Iranian attack aimed at military targets in Israel could happen as soon as today. It could involve more than 100 drones as well as dozens of cruise missiles and
Iranian attacks in Israel could happen as soon as today. Well, then tell Israel. Why do we need to know? And more importantly, why are you telling her? She doesn't look Israeli. Like, honestly, she doesn't even look interested. And also, my condolences on apparently the cancer diagnosis. Jesus Christ. I never went to college. Where's my relief? Exacker trucker 18-wheelie. All right. So major Iranian attack on Israel. I love that they mention this like it's unprovoked, like Israel didn't kind of, bomb an embassy.
potentially ballistic missiles. The U.S. has urged Americans in Israel to restrict their movements ahead of a possible attack.
You mean like the one that they issued on and literally, you're showing clips of it here. Like the one that they executed in Damascus, Syria. They don't, you're worried that Iran might launch missiles at buildings in Israel, much like Israel did to Syria. And just said, no, that building's not what they said it was. Look at the bright shot. Look at the bright side. Their shared production factories are now burdened with producing drones for 2 wars. And I wonder, who are the people with investment money in those companies? You tell me. 'Cause they ain't Kanye.
Which would be retaliation for Israel's deadly bombing of Iran's embassy in Syria early this month. Deborah Pata has more on fears of a wider war.
Israel is braced for the worst-case scenario, the possibility of a direct attack on Israeli soil from Iran in retaliation for the bombing of its embassy in Damascus.
In retaliation, I love the possibility of a direct attack, much like the indirect attacks that they've been waging on everyone else.
Whoever harms us, we will harm them. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
And if we think someone is going to harm us, we will harm them first. And if someone wants to feed the people we're harming, we'll harm those people too. And if somebody wants to harm other people that we want to harm, we'll harm everybody. My point is, we're going to harm everyone until all that's left is Israel.
Netanyahu said at a military airbase, we are prepared, both defensively and offensively. Former Mossad official and Iran security expert Sima Shine says this is a dangerous moment for the region.
Is this the most worried you've been?
Yeah, I think this is the most worried. I think it's on both sides, in Israel and in Iran.
She says if Iran strikes Israel, it could involve missiles and drones similar to the Iranian attack on a Saudi oil facility in 2019.
Or it could be similar to the attacks that Israel launched against Hamas. Israel isn't really ready to fight somebody who can punch back. Oh, Jesus. Officer Krupke, Harmas. What? Shadheed Drone Incorporated, says John Doe. I don't know. She's a man. No. She's just, I guess you call that weathered?
We'll try to do it on a military or some military asset. The question will be the damage, how many injured people killed, and I think it has the potential for a huge escalation.
However, she stresses that she still believes neither side wants a regional conflict, and that will be weighing heavily on Iran's mind.
Shine told us that Iran's major dilemma is how to respond in such a way that the conflict does not escalate further. And likewise, Israel, she says, may choose to show restraint and avoid...
Israel may choose to show restraint. Yeah, tell that to Gaza. Look. Tell that to the Palestinians. They might choose to show restraint. They literally took out the motorcade of the food aid workers just so that way you couldn't feed them. Like, no. They need to starve. Shame on you. Send flowers. A handsome woman. I don't know about that. I guess, Toastmaster? Oh, now they're worried about bodies. Those 30,000 Palestinians were a drop in the bucket. That's why I said they're really worried about bodies. They're really worried about civilian casualties. Be a real shame if innocent people got caught in the crossfire. I'm like, yeah, tell that to the hospitals you blew up. I mean, no offense. Like, I haven't been sitting here acting like the Palestinian side didn't have their fair share of pokes in the hornet's nest to get the whole ball rolling. But now, once again, you're acting like, and we'll do anything to defend ourselves, including attacking other people. And if those people retaliate, we will retaliate to them. Like, okay, so there's just no winning with you. You're going to murder everyone you want, and then if they get pissed, you're going to murder them for standing up to you. Again, I kind of want to not be friends with Israel anymore. It seems like they're that drunk guy at the party where you go, yeah, I'm not with him. I'm not with him.
Further confrontation. Vlad, Anne-Marie?
All right, Deborah, thank you. So for more on this, we're joined by Charles Faint. Charles is the
Oh, God.
chair for the study.
Someone get a pillow. It's Charles Faint. Charles Faint is going to faint. Charles Faint is sweating. Wow, Charles, turn on the AC.
Of Special Operations and the Deputy Editorial Director for the Modern War Institute at West Point.
Did you
Thank
just get out
so
of a
much
pool?
for joining us. And so, sort of to make it clear, Iranian proxies have been attacking Israel for a while. The concern is that now Iran may overtly step into this.
Iranian proxies have been attacking Israel for a while. Okay, I don't know about that. That's a weird one to bring in here. But again, they did attack Iran's embassy in Syria. They kind of flat out punched them. It doesn't matter if there have been proxies. They kind of, Israel, how is it we can't just say, look, they punched him and dared him to punch back? That's literally what that was. Oh, God.
Itself may attack Israel itself. Can you tell us just how dangerous is this moment in the Middle East?
Hey, Anne-Marie, thanks for having me on the show to talk about this very important topic. So I think this is a very dangerous time, not only for the region, but for the world. Tensions are at extreme high right now. The move to strike the embassy annex of the Iranians was an extremely provocative move. So I think we can see any number of things happening.
Could you just get a towel, something? Like, I don't know, just dab it down a bit. I don't know, man. Is there a window on the other side? Is there a magnifying glass on you? Is someone holding a gun to a puppy if you don't give the message the right way? Why are you sweating so much, sir? It's just, what's going on here? Do you normally not wear a suit? Are Zoom calls something you do that's more comfortable if you don't have any pants? Are you sitting on a fucking dildo on your chair? Why are you so warm? It's hot over there. Is he in the Middle East?
In the very near future that could have impact that might result in a regional conflagration, if not affect the entire world.
So when you say any number of things, what might an Iranian attack look like?
Well, Anne-Marie, I think we could see probably 5 potential courses of action. The first one, of course, there's always the course of action to do nothing. And to do nothing, I don't mean like the Iranians pretend that like this never happened. But for example, if there were a ceasefire in Gaza, they might declare victory with that, saying that they got what they wanted and are now going to take the higher road. I think it's more likely that.
What do you mean a ceasefire in Gaza? Is anyone firing back in Gaza? Just the question, like overall, anyone firing back at all in Gaza?
There will be some type of kinetic action. For example, they might attack Israeli interests abroad. We see movement and reporting in the open source press about targeting of Israeli embassies, et cetera, overseas. You mentioned the use of proxies. That would probably continue, especially with Hezbollah up to the north of Israel. The most dangerous thing is probably to attack Israel directly, which I expect we will see with drones and rockets and missiles. And then, of course, they might also attack allies or interests worldwide. The most dangerous course of action is probably some type of combination of all of those, and I think that's what Israel and the world is bracing for, the worst.
And obviously, everyone is also concerned that there could be a miscalculation or a mistake when things are so tense. What are the options in terms of de-escalation?
So it's hard right now to see what de-escalation would look like with the interest.
But we all know with January 6th, according to everything we've learned, de-escalation looks like we're going into the Capitol. We need to go into the Capitol. Rally with me to the Capitol. Oh. It's still the biggest kick in the teeth that they're like, hey, we're gonna let our informant, undercover, whatever you want to call him, patsy guy that blatantly bragged about rigging and doing this whole thing, that's on video. Yeah, we're gonna give him we're gonna give him an extremely light sentence and be extremely understanding because of all of his de-escalation. Into the Capitol, de-escalation. No, that's not de-escalation. That's a good Epps impression. The key is to just think, hey, how can I fuck over everybody I know standing around me right now? That's all you got to do. Just tap into your inner soulless asshole, and it's really easy. Sometimes it comes easier to me than other times. When I'm sleep deprived like this, oh boy, is that a warm coat. Here we go. Speaking of warm coat, maybe take off your jacket, huh? Again, it's just turn on the AC, perhaps a fan, pat it down. I don't know, something, man. You're glistening in the moonlight.
Interests of so many powerful states being diametrically opposed. For example,
Or
Iran
opposed.
is committed to
They could be opposed.
the destruction of Israel. Israel's committed to not being destroyed.
Let's be
president
fair.
has made it
Let's
very
be fair.
clear-
I'm becoming more and more concerned that Israel's committed to making eventually the entire world just Israel. That's what I'm concerned about. Like, is it going to happen anytime in my time or my daughter's lifetime or anything like that? No, nowhere near that. But I'm really worried that this is like first Gaza, then the world. Well, it's all a lot of really nice real estate. It should be properly developed and managed. It's a shame what you've let go to the place.
Where the U.S. stands on this. So right now, I think we're seeing a rush for cooler heads to prevail in this, to prevent this from coming into a wider conflict that I think most of the major parties at this time don't want.
Right. And you mentioned President Biden. While recently he's been particularly critical of Benjamin Netanyahu,
Fat Conan.
he is also
Pointing out very, very much pregnancy glow. I didn't think about that. You're right. He could have pregnancy glow. I'm sorry. My foot was falling asleep, so I pushed it off of my leg so it could get to the floor and wake up, and it banged against something, so it woke up, and now my foot hurts. Asking Iran to be the cooler head. Yeah. So cooler heads could prevail. Right. That's what they're known for. Oh, and by the way, how about we just, again, stop being involved? Biden's been very critical of Israel. If you mean by very critical, going, please don't be mean. I don't like having to defend you to my family. Please just stop. That's Biden. Biden is a fucking pussy.
Reinforce the fact that U.S. support for Israel is ironclad. That is the word that he used.
And it shouldn't be. U.S. support for Israel should be in flux, because right about now, I personally would like us to take a firm distance between, again, church and state. Just, again, the church doesn't make rules on the state. And in this particular case, the state is bending over backwards to defend another country's church. So, no.
Then what would an Iranian attack mean for the U.S.?
It would probably mean that the U.S. would create a sanctioned regime to punish the Iranian government again. Of course, there'll be a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. But the most dangerous thing from American perspective is probably the introduction of U.S. boots on the ground, or U.S. and Iran getting into direct military conflict.
All right, Charles Fate, the eyes of the world, watching this area of the world. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, again, can we not, though? Toastmaster, we should attack Israel so Iran doesn't have to. This is for what you've done to Hollywood. Boom. They used to make good movies. Who do we have? Miss Massaria. I don't know how to say that name, saying hello. Well, hello. Miss Royce? Screen tags can get weird. A real life version of They Live. Oh, no. Oh, no, John Doe. I don't want that. All right, I got to get this sweaty guy off the screen. He's disturbing me. And then did we have... Oh, yeah. So we have 2 videos left for our first hour. We've got 2 hours left in the program. And then we'll be Shersha. Oh, Shersha. Sersha should be fine. Sersha? Sersha. I'll try Sersha. All right. Yeah. So we have our show going for another 2 hours, and there's There's a couple of clips we have left to play in this first hour, and then we'll be ending at 5:30. We had some support with the hype train earlier. That was awesome. We have the PayPal links and things that I can put up later. If you like supporting the show, that's cool. We're going to get to this next story here now with reporters talking about O.J. Simpson. Apparently, somebody apparently in the wake of OJ's death, apparently people are just coming out with the truth. I gotta see this. A reporter saying
It's worth noting.
talking about OJ's death. Apparently does not believe he's innocent, which is weird. All right. So again, she doesn't believe he's innocent, but is okay with it.
And it's also just worth noting how much was impacted by this trial, Jake. So many things happened. We saw policing changing here in the city. And it's also worth noting, because of that unrest, that racial unrest in the 90s, that is why so many people who may not have been invested in O.J. Simpson were just happy to see that someone who was rich and famous and black could get away with what other people did in the system as well, too.
So, in the 80s and 90s, white people were committing murder and getting away with it left, right, and sideways? Is she confusing Rodney King for OJ? No, she's saying that apparently in the 80s and 90s, white people were just murdering their spouses and exes. Fat Conan, just glad someone could murder a white and be hunching. Yeah, I'm allowed that. I don't really care. It's, again, a joke. The system hates all people exactly the same, says Rusty Grammar. I don't know about hating people or not, but again, the whole, well, people were just happy to see a rich black man get away with what so many other people were doing. So again, she's just saying, oh, look, he was guilty, but we want... Dude, I'm sorry. CNN, really? You just ran that? Sure, why not?
Noting how much was impacted by this trial, Jake. So many things happened. We saw policing changing here in the city. And it's also worth noting, because of that unrest, that racial unrest in the 90s, that is why so many people who may not have been invested in O.J. Simpson were just happy to see that someone who was rich and famous and black could get away with what other people did in the system as well, too.
The cops beat up Rodney King, and I'm pretty sure did the cops get in trouble? If not, they probably should have. But so the cops beat up Rodney King. The riots happened because of Rodney King. So everybody was just breathing a sigh of relief that finally a black guy got to kill a white lady. I don't know how that equals out. How does that equal out? How does that equal out? Fat Conan, no one died. In Rodney King? Didn't Rodney King get, or did he just get the crap kicked out of him? We did it, Joe. Kamala Harris.
Stephanie Elam, thanks so much.
And it's all.
Oh, God. So, yeah. I wonder how that one's going to look over time. Not exactly the best one there. OJ has literally passed away recently, and now he got away with murder because he was black and everybody else was. Oh, wow. That is nuts. I can't believe she actually said. Again, that's effed up, man. The Cops got off on Rodney King trial. That started the riots. Oh. Rodney King was 91. OJ was 95. Okay. That's more facts. Again, I don't know. Did Rodney King die? I suppose I could look that up, but I am also. Rodney King smoked crack and drowned in his pool. I need to look into this. Rodney King, activist, died June 17th, 2012. Oh, dear Lord. So, yeah, it was June 17th, 2012. What happened to Rodney King? He was 47, and he drowned at his home in Rialto, California. According to local police, his fiancée called 911 early Sunday morning saying that she had discovered Mr. King at the bottom of his swimming pool. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. All right, then. Died by drowning. It's a joke I want to make, but I feel like it was 2012. Is it? We'll let it go. It's not worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. And we have this last one. Pool water was racist. Yeah, that asshole pool water. Rodney King pulls a Matthew Perry. Kind of. I mean, I don't know anything about stuff in his system. That is alleged from what we've read in the chat, but the orange juice. Yeah, I was making a joke about the juice, baby. Anyhow, I got to get this last story done. Wowzers, I am feeling it. Just ready to go. Just like, let's just take a nap right here. Yeah. Okay. So gun control activist David Hogg. Ha! Bet he doesn't have one. And took a Q&A during a speaking event at Dartmouth recently. And that's where the lady in this clip shows up, Lily Tang. Oh, Lily Tang Williams, who escaped Chinese communism and is now running for office as a Republican in New Hampshire. And she happened to be in the crowd. Oh, wow. I want to see this. So... Oh, it's not that long. Damn, I was hoping we'd be more of an actual discussion. No, King pulls a Whitney Houston. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to smoke crack with somebody. Yeah, I want to smoke rock with somebody. With somebody who drugs me. Yes, I've had to play Whitney Houston way too much as a DJ, and it sucks. And it gets in your head. You just can't. You can't do it. David Hogg is a crisis actor. Well, he's apparently about to be handed his hog.
Lily Tang Williams, welcome to my live free or die state. Actually, I am a Chinese immigrant who survived communism. And under Mao, 40 million people were starving to death after he sold communism to them. And 20 million people died, murdered during his Cultural Revolution. So my question to you, David, is that can you guarantee me, a gun owner tonight, our government in the U.S., in D.C., will never become a tyrannical government? Can you guarantee that to me?
There's no way I can ever guarantee that any government will not be tyrannical.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over because I will never give up my guns. Never. And you should go to China to see how gun control works for dictatorship of CCP. Hi, my name is Lily Tang Williams. Welcome to my Live Free.
I don't own any guns, and I can't stand. But if I could, I would give you an ovation. That was brilliant. Again, I love just feeding it to him. Oh, boy. Can you promise that the American government will never become a tyrannical government? I can't guarantee that. Then you will never get my gun. Again, and what are you going to say to her? But sometimes angry people shoot some people, and you know, sometimes certain communities have a whole lot of violence, and every once in a while somebody kills a lot of people with a gun. It's like, yes, but what if the government comes after me? I love this woman. Hot damn, I want to date her. Well, let's pop back over here. I gotta say, I want to vote for her. That was hilarious. Do we have what was her whole name so I can get it right and look up the lady in play? Can we see some more stuff from Lily Tang Williams? Lily Tang Williams sounds almost like a singer. Lily Tang Williams. Control C. Let's see what we find on the old Google. This is an interesting one. Control V. Boom. She is 59. Oh, that's an age thing for me. Images. Here's our lady in question. Holy crap. The debate on gun control is over. Someone made that with a picture of her holding a rifle. Okay. So yes, Lily Tang Williams. I don't have any actual like news story stuff for her or videos if there was anything. Lily for Congress, Lily Tang Williams. Yeah. Well, there we go. We'll go ahead and leave that out. 2024 New Hampshire. So she's running for Congress in New Hampshire. I hope she gets in. I hope she gets in. Just spread the wrinkles till it looks 20 and oh, we don't need that one now. Ugh. John Doe, she's an Asian for. Now that's just hurtful. Again, she's probably somebody's grandma. All right, let's cover this up and clear that out. Okay. We have our second hour stories to load up. We've got about an hour and 45 minutes left in the program. Thank you for being here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We love having everybody on all the platforms, even on the weekends shows here when the numbers are a little lower. Still awesome to see all of you guys. Glad you're here. We have a story about Colombia dealing with water rationing due to drought. I want to do this one. I couldn't find it anywhere other than this source, but we have the apparent person that Trump hugged at a Chick-fil-A, and she wanted to talk to the media about the way that they have been misquoting her and various other things. So we'll have that.
Major disturbance involving police and migrants at a hotel.
Oh, you hold.
Cops claim one of the migrants tried to strike.
You hold your damn horses, you ninny wanger.
Edge devices that
No, I wanted to pause. I wanted to mute. All right. Is that the same David Cogg from Florida? Maybe. I don't know. I don't have that story up anymore. I kind of pulled it off the screen because it was in the last hour stuff. So, and I don't know. I'm just I don't remember what she is. What bags were made. Are you talking like bags for her face or like a Jimmy hat? Like, yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't want to know. A paper. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Actually, not thank you. It doesn't make it any better now that I know the specifics. Now that I know the specifics of what you were specifically aiming for. Yeah, it's the same hog, says Lab Glass. That's just a fun last name. It's the same hog. It's the same wrinkly-dicked, purple-headed bastard. All right, let's get to this quick. There's Colombia's running really, really low on water. So they've had to start like rationing water. And I don't know, just at a certain point I imagine the cartels are going to start selling like you'll be able to get like high-grade cocaine for just like, you know, just like a bottle of Aquafina. And, oh, I still have it muted. was more focused on making sure I switched over.
Mostly dry. In fact, less than a year ago, in the reservoir of San Rafael. It's one of a few that provide fresh water to the city of Bogota. But as you can see, this reservoir is mostly dry. In fact, less than a year ago, the ground I'm standing on was covered in water. And right now, I don't even need to wear rain boots for walking here because of how dry the ground is. The situation is so troublesome that Colombian authorities have called for water rationing measures in the city of Bogota, which is about 10 kilometers that way, starting today. Now, Bogota's mayor has urged his fellow citizens to save as much water as possible, at least until the rains come back. In fact, much of the supply of water to the city comes from surface water, like this one, which are highly dependent on precipitation. This year, however, rain has been scarce, in part because of El Niño, a climate pattern that originates in the Pacific Ocean, which is hundreds of miles from here. El Niño can have different effects at different latitudes, but in Colombia, it largely means less water. And the Colombian government has issued a natural disaster decree as early as in January to mobilize resources to prevent the effects of El Niño.
Okay.
Esto es lo
To mobilize resources to prevent the effects of El Niño. Because our planet is doing shit to us, so we're going to mobilize resources to fight again a natural thing. You know what could help fight this? Don't live in an area where it's not sustainable. It's apparently not sustainable. This is that thing I keep saying about there's only so many rooms, there's only so many seats at the table, Gunny. Look, you just can't have people in perpetuity. We're running out of water because, again, you guys all need water, and you keep reproducing. You don't put any limits on your population. That area can't sustain indefinite growth. How many bodies did they find when it dried up like that? That's another good question. How many dead people did you find? Let's get back. We only have 40 seconds left. Why do I feel like we're either leaving the juicy bit till the very, very end, or you're not going to get to it at all?
que hay que poner ahorita en cuestionamiento seriamente.
We must have a deep thought about the type of development we want. We can't keep handling emergencies. It's not sustainable to break through the water cycle, ignoring the time nature needs to recover, and then expect the water to keep flowing as if anything is happening.
Hídrico, o sea,
Colombian authorities, as well as scientists, say that it's incredibly hard to predict how long this drought would last. But what is most worrying is if droughts like this become a yearly thing, and this becomes the new normal. For CNN, this is Stefano Pozzebon, Bogota.
Right. Again, it's you can't keep having people and they can't keep living there. David Hogg's selfie is next to loser in the most recent edition of Merriam-Webster. Thank you, Rusty Grammar. Wow, my voice is having fun now, too. It's drying out a bit. That's cool. Why was that one gal wearing a mask? I honestly have no idea, nor do I care. I don't care if people want to wear a mask. And while it's probably useless against COVID and things, there are plenty of things that masks are preventative from and help avoid. That's why, again, surgeons have been wearing them forever. Again, not for COVID, but we're not allowed to say that, and they close your channel, dirt. All righty, so let's get over to this one. And then...
This year, I got serious about my taxes.
This year, I got serious about my taxes, and I hired a hitman. He went after the IRS, and he said, "You want your fucking money? You can take it out of the end of this gun." Bang, 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 bang. And then I killed the IRS, and now I don't pay taxes. Is that how it worked? Is that what you did? H&R Block? Oh, or Intuit TurboTax. Whoever's ad that was.
Your taxes for you as soon.
Come on. All right. Now I can't unmute it because you moved the volume.
We got a big hug from... So an unforgettable moment on the campaign trail for one voter who got a big hug from Trump at an Atlanta Chick-fil-A while he met with supporters. Watch.
A Chick-fil-A, though. A Chick-fil-A? Why wouldn't it be a...
I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you. We love you. Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a hug.
Please do.
Wow.
Actually, I wouldn't mind if she gave me a hug. Damn, she like no offense, not bad, not bad. Popeyes was Phil's. Yes, that was the implication. California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah. Listen to this woman. Yeah, again. There are a lot of people who support Trump, and in the case of the African American community, I have to say Trump has a lot of like personality traits that tend to be things that they like in the people they like. So I don't know. I could see she is now suing for sexual harassment. Actually, she's going to talk about how the media misquoting and talking about her and stuff. So again, here we go.
Look at the joy. Here to tell us about it is that young woman herself, Michaela Montgomery. She's also the founder of a grassroots political group to conserve the culture. Michaela, I've been waiting for this interview all morning. So
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
So thanks so much for joining us. So you told the president when you were hugging him, I don't care what the media says, we support you. Tell me what you meant by that.
I am so glad that is the first question you asked me. So, of course, in the excitement of everything, I wasn't able to really relay my message, but the general consensus or social media would have you thinking that if President Trump were to show up to the HBCU campuses or walk around the AUC community, that like some angry mob would form or a riot would ensue and that he would not be welcomed. And clearly the sentiment in that room the other day was the complete opposite. He was very welcome. People were excited to see him. People showed up in support of him, and people, of course, were from all four institutions within the AUC, the local HBCU community in Atlanta, and they all showed up in support of him. So it's actually kind of crazy to see people in an uproar when all four.
Wait a minute. You're saying news media outlets have been saying that people won't like Donald Trump and they were lying? Oh no. Oh, when have they ever done that? Fall in the great saying, brains and beauty. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, all right, on either category. We'll just say potential.
Institutions were legitimately represented, and all four institutions were represented by said students who wanted to support President Trump.
You know, Michaela,
and I really appreciate that we were able to not only let him know that regardless of what social media says, you know, I know they're trying to make us think we're supposed to hate you, but we don't. And additionally, it was a learning experience for my students because they were able to see and experience firsthand how the media can warp the perception of an opinion or a person. Because, like I said, to think that these students who attend these illustrious institutions aren't smart enough to make their own decisions, so much so that they would only show support for Trump because
we've seen a lot of them kind of get brainwashed. I don't ever assume anyone that goes to any institution, low or high, is smart enough to make their own decisions. Now hit me up with another dem stimmy checks.
because he bought chicken sandwiches and milkshakes.
It's offensive.
That in itself is the most disturbing part of it all, especially when you think about the fact that it was mainly urban media outlets that were doing everything in their power to turn other black people against these young black kids who simply were not shy to explore other options.
Yeah, but they don't want you to explore other options. You don't understand. See, we let you off the look, guys, we let you off the farm, but you know. Oh, I'd love it if that's how it's Joe Biden. All right, I've had enough of playing with this. So I'm about to go get my house Kamala out here and say, all right, you explain to the rest of these how it works. You got uppity, so we let you think you're people, but God damn it, fall in line. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Trucker 18-wheeler, wait, where did this unicorn come from? Again, you make that's no. Facebook. In fact, Conan, I'll look at that link in a minute, I guess. I don't know what that is. Just
incredible, and I think you hit it on the head. By the way, the former president, gave a lot of funding to HBCUs. One of the highlights of my childhood was my HBCU tour to figure out what college I wanted to go to. But tell me about the former president and his policies. What is it about him that is gravitating these young people toward the president. And a lot of people,
and
traditionally,
monopolizing.
Republicans don't do well in black America. But a lot of...
Yeah, because a lot of them are like, look, now, I come recently understand you eat something other than chicken and watermelon. Like, yeah, they don't broach it the right way. But Donald Trump don't give a fuck. That's why the tractor and other farm machines were invented. All right, I'm really loving, and for anyone, before anyone says anything, this is a character. I'm really loving the character of Behind the Veil Biden, BVB as we will call him. I'm really loving the character of BVB just kind of coming, all right, look, now, we let you off the farms because we came up with equipment that could do the job faster. But, God damn it, you're supposed to know how to play the game. All right? We allow you to have your little pens, your little farms, whatever. You gotta fall in line. You can't pick other people. You're supposed to vote Democrat. After all, the Republicans were the ones who freed the slaves. Because correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Abraham Lincoln a Republican? You know what? I'm going to check that now because I might have just said something incredibly stupid. I'm now not trusting my education, which I grew up in the American education system. I probably should. Abraham had a ham. Abraham. Oh, that's why. Abraham Lincoln logs. Abraham Lincoln enter assassinated presidential term. American lawyer. Party was the National Union Party. So I guess he wasn't really a Republican or a Democrat. The National Union Party was the name used by the Republican Party and elements of other parties for the national ticket in the 1864 presidential election. So yeah, Republican. So it's like they got him off the plantations, and then they're like, all right, so how do we get him back? I know, we'll just get him to our political party. Oh, boy. You're not allowed to switch teams? That's not fair. It's not fair. So, is this a story, or... Oh, no, that's the shame thing. So we have to read this one. So we'll catch up with the chat. What is called Republican Party now is not the same thing, though. Right. You're absolutely right. But my joke in there for me was the irony that the party that did so much to free them was the Republican one. And the Democratic one is kind of the one that was like, hey, what about that cotton? And now they're the ones that are like, no, we expect you to just like vote for us like endlessly, even when it's against your interests. Just do it, you dumb. Behind the Veil Biden. There's a character. Look, I'm tired of playing these games with you dumb people. All right? You're supposed to shut up and fall in line, and for that we let you have your hoopties with the spinning rims. Probably has more to do with the water waste and usage than actual drought conditions, says Landers83. Probably behind in the show a touch, but you're right. That might have something to do with it. But again, water waste and usage is something that goes up exponentially with human population because we are giant bags of liquid. Uni-party, fuck all parties, unless we're all invited. I feel like we shouldn't have a uni party. I feel like we should have multiple parties. I feel like the best way you survive is with multiple parties because then people have to, Allegiances have to shift. Robin Williams had a great line in a movie I got to get later and put on my soundboard. Politicians are like diapers. They should be changed frequently and for the same reasons. Joe Biden was good friends with the exalted Cyclops of the Triple K. Okay. Alrighty, so let's did we do those? Probably more than that. Friends with the exalted Triple K. Yeah, I'm definitely caught up. Democrats definitely aren't the same either. Yeah, no, the Democrats aren't the same either, but it does seem like some things haven't changed. Just expect them to shut up and go along and do as they're told. God, what is with these damn uppity wanting to vote for people we don't want them to vote for? All right, you stupid. I told you you're not supposed to vote for him. Come on, come tell your people how it works. Oh, is it Joe Biden? I miss you like... All right, yeah, I think we're done with that. A ban on all abortions in Arizona doesn't sit well with the Republican former governor whose expansion of the state Supreme Court allowed him to appoint 4 conservative justices, whose ruling cleared the way for it. He changed the rules of the game. He changed the way it works so he could do what he wanted to, and now he's pissed that the people he put in there used their power to do, like, oh, man, I'm really disappointed in this. What did you think was going to happen? You're giving yourself unilateral control. It's just going to go that way. Kane J., good point. Democrats are now only different on the surface. I wouldn't even say just on the surface. I'm saying they're different. The same way Republicans are different. But the Republicans have pieces of those things before still involved, maybe not the same ones, but or fucking me. Are you listening to yourself? They have pieces of it, maybe not the same ones. No, they'd have to be the same ones, dumbass. Pieces of the same things. Maybe not all of them, but yeah. And now I'm literally just trying to keep myself together for the next hour and a half. We're going to slide into finality here. Balls hanger, fuck the politicians. Again, I really want to begin razor blade retirement plans for political figures. Like, I'm Johnny K for razor blade retirement plans. Are you a political person? Do you work in the government? Well, you need a razor blade retirement plan. The only retirement plan you need. In fact, we'll get you out of the office early so you can start your retirement like that. Perhaps one side should never get too much power. Yeah, that's kind of the idea, which is why the two-party system is a problem. Because if one side has more power, they'll strong-arm the other side. You need to have the ability, you need to have one, so no one side can have a unilateral control. You need to have, again, divisions. The same way we have a separation of church and state, division of power in the 3 branches of government, you don't consolidate everything under one roof. Then gets hinky. Doug Ducey, he left a Ducey, is among Republicans in several states who are wrestling with the consequences of their opposition to abortion since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. He expanded the state court in 2016, but thinks its ruling this week went too far. Yeah, but you're not in government anymore, and again, you gave them more power. What did you expect? I only wanted them to do things I wanted them to do. I didn't think they'd make laws I didn't like. After the Arizona court ruled 4-2 on Monday to revive a 1864 law that criminalizes abortion throughout pregnancy unless a woman's life is at risk, Ducey posted on the platform X that it was not the outcome I would have preferred. He said a law he signed in 2022 banning abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy was more in line with what voters want. Right, you should have used my legislation. So there's the problem. Ducey doesn't give a shit about this stuff. He's just pissed they didn't use his thing. Like, you guys didn't use the law I wrote. That's not what I would have liked. Let's see what this Facebook link was that we got sent earlier. Oh, Taylor Swift. Interview about Taylor Swift is wild. What? What the heck is this?
2 nickel.
Taylor and Travis taking time out to be tourists.
Travis Kelce is hitting it like this every night, then that ball boy is lucky.
All right, I don't. Okay. All righty then. Okay. So thanks for that, Fat Conan. I guess. There we go. One side, politician hemorrhoids. They come out of nowhere and are a pain in the ass. Good point, Yeah. All right. So we caught up with all the chat, and we're done with that Doug Ducey story. Doug Ducey. Oh. Okay, so we have kind of a heartwarming teacher story for once. I guess, I don't know, do I want to do this or not? What are we looking at? We're looking at an hour and a half left in the show. I got these three and then the whole hour 3 stuff. So I guess, yeah, we'll get through it. Thank you for being here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We love having everybody here on all 3 platforms. It's super nice. All right, so we have this one here. A teacher gave an assignment in 1978 to come back in 46 years to watch the eclipse with him, and a bunch of them actually did it, which I can't believe, because that seems incredibly gay. But I guess, 46 years later, 46. So you're in your 60s, almost 70s. I suppose, how busy are you? But is the teacher still alive? He's going to be like his 80s, 90s. Lions and tigers and bears. Must have been a good teacher, says Mr. Q. I don't know. But let's watch. Again, it's the end of the week. We're trying to wind down. Let's watch a feel-good story. Prop your feet up. Maybe, think the world isn't going to explode in 5 minutes. Here we go.
There's good news tonight about a reunion 46 years in the making. One that's only possible thanks to a once-in-a-generation eclipse and a once-in-a-lifetime teacher.
And in 40 years, we'll do another amazing story about an amazing reunion that was an impossible reunion 46 years in the making. About an amazing doctor who somehow managed to clone and surgically grow and attach a new penis for this man. They told me that maybe I was confused as to who I was, and before I knew what was what, I was taking pills, wearing dresses, and cutting off my ding-dong.
It's so good to see you.
They're all grown up now.
How are you?
I am so happy to 78. He flagged his students about an eclipse way down the road in 2024, inviting them all back to watch together.
I said, hey, why don't you circle this April 8th, 2024 eclipse? And you know what? We're going to get together on that.
And you said that in 1978.
78. And my kids looked at me like I was crazy.
He did the same thing every year for the next 16 years, every class. Then, some 4 decades later, posted a reminder online.
Yeah, good to see you too.
That's when this happened.
Rick Mintz, class of 79.
Chuck O'Brien, class of 1982.
Andrea Malafew, class of 1988.
One by one, they showed up.
Rick Mintz. Oh, Rick. Holy cow, Rick. How you doing, buddy?
He remembers them? That's trippy. So it's like one person or two from each class. Is all the people that were the teacher's kiss asses. St. Caesar, video, sir. Retract last comment. Yeah, I had to flip it over. Don't worry. I effed it up the one time. That's usually all it takes. Now I'll be neurotic enough that in the back of my head, every time I have a video up, I'm going to check on the screen. What a train wreck she was. Yeah, that one. How sad would it be if she was like the beauty queen one of the bunch in the beginning?
Different, man.
Yeah. Dozens, just for the pre-party. How many of you haven't seen Mr. Moriarty, Pat, since you left high school?
Wow. Pretty much all of them.
You came back just for this. Tomorrow, more than 100 of Moriarty's former students are expected to join him at his house from Rochester and beyond.
Where he will reveal that he, in fact, was the mastermind behind all the murders and all the killings this whole time. Holmes, you never learned it was me, Sherlock.
beyond. Some flying in from Boston, Austin, and Detroit.
Did your surgeon think you were crazy for postponing your knee surgery for this party?
Yes, he did. He tried to convince me that my knee was more important, but he doesn't know Mr. Moriarty.
The excitement.
I love stupid people. He tried to convince me that my knee was more important, but he doesn't know Mr. Moriarty. And then when I get done with this and I get back and I have my knee surgery, I'm going to sit there and insist it was that goddamn doctor's fault and not my lack of following advice or my inability to maybe, I don't know, cut back a little bit, because apparently the weight is a problem on the joints.
Building, and so are the emotions.
He says right here, take care of Chuck. He needs your guidance.
I'm thinking about your house today when we met a bunch of your students.
Yes.
What did that mean to you?
When I had these kids, they were 9th graders. I have a lot of gratitude now.
When I had these kids, they were 9th graders, and I taught them to keep their mouths shut. I mean, I've plumbed every one of these bitches, and not a single one of them spoke up. Hell, they came back decades later for more. I mean, I tell you, when you rape them with love. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be a piece of shit. I'm being a dick. I'm in a weird mood. It's 4:10, 10 minutes to 4:20. I have a thing there. I'll do that for 4:20, and then we're going to go for another about an hour, and then we'll call it a day. Next, she can have eye surgery. I mean, when are we going to pencil in the lap band?
That this eclipse is supporting the fact that there's reunions happening. There's people sharing stories, and they're reconnecting with each other.
I don't think a lot of people are doing
beautiful.
that.
I thank you guys so much for being here.
I would like to meet up with the other sperm I was hanging out with 46 years ago. I'll have to ask my dad where he put them. Bad news. You know what I find funny? I can't win a race to save my life now, but when it counted, I won the race I had to win to be the 1 in a million. You know what I mean? That was the lottery ticket there.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking.
It's scary. All right. I don't see a skinny person in the bunch. Well, they're all older, and again, I feel like the people that are like fit, hip, and have things going on are like, yeah, I don't really want to go back to hang out with my 9th grade teacher for the eclipse. Just don't think I want to do that. Jolly green dickhead. Fuck you, Lester Holt. On the one hand, it would be a complete collapse of society. But how funny would it be if that's how that show always ended? Like, I'm Lester Holt. Fuck you, Lester Holt. Good day.
Fuck off.
Ah. The volume was too high, and the armchair swivel moves too much. I literally almost fell out of my chair because of that sound drop. Thank you, Phil Holes, for 750 channel points. We're going for another hour and 15 minutes. How bad were the other sperm if you're the one that made it, says Mr. Q? Come on. I understand now. It doesn't look like much, but in my prime, I had moves. Oh, boy. Do we want to hear about President Joe Biden saying he expects Iran will attack Israel sooner than later? I don't know that I want to. I really don't think that I want to. We covered the Iran-Israel thing already. I don't really want to hear what the commander-in-chief over there has to say about it. Was she a great big fat person? Yeah, fuck it. He's out. He's out. You're out. You suck. I don't like you being president anyway. Oh, and this story is police dealing with a migrant shelter scuffle, and the only reason I'm excited to talk about it, you'll figure out about now. Here we go. Tell us about what's going on in Yonkers. Oh, that's right. I have to hit play. Sorry, distracted.
Well, a major disturbance involving police and migrants at a hotel in Yonkers.
Yeah, cops claim one of the migrants tried to strike them, and the whole thing was caught on camera. Richard G. Kovis is live in Yonkers for us with more on what might have led up to this incident. Richard.
You know what I bet it was caused by? We probably have been hassling him too much, you know? We let him into the country without any official documents or paperwork. We've been kind of letting him stay here, and paying for his bills, giving him money and things. So really it's just we're not being accepting and gracious enough. Mikey Two-Milk's good to see you, buddy, saying, Yonkers or honkers? Wowza. Not bad, right? I don't watch the stories before I play them. I want to react live, which maybe isn't a good idea because maybe I should take the time to think ahead of time because I am a little bit tarded. But yeah, I don't know if it was just the blue dress or what. This is a tasty lady. A tasty, tasty lady. All right, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. What's with the badge on the shoulder? Are you a cop? Fox 5 News with Julio. What's lady, you got honestly, what other country in the world had just, hey, you came in, here's a hotel room. How about park your ass on a couch, watch a little TV, have some bonbons. Oh, is that a baby? Let us get you some diapers and formula. Oh, you want to assault some police officers? Oh, we better apologize, right? Quickity quick. That dude wishes he was Jesse Walters. Which dude? Which dude? Who wishes he was Jesse Walters?
Yonkers police body cam video shows officers pulling up to the Ramada's front entrance. Once they go inside, they handcuff 35-year-old Arnell Kent. You can see them struggling to get him out of the hotel lobby. The arrest then spills out into the parking lot where another woman can be seen trying to block police from putting Kent into the back of the patrol car. Police say they waited for things to calm down before attempting to arrest the woman, who they identify as 24-year-old Yanilet Hernandez. Police say Hernandez attempted to strike several officers after they arrested her for obstructing the arrest of Kent. You could see multiple officers tackling her to the ground in the struggle. Police say one officer injured his knee and wrist and had to be placed off duty. Now, while we were here today at the Ramada, we spoke to Arnell Kent, who happened to be sitting in a car across the street from the Ramada. Kent says he came here from Venezuela in the fall, claiming he was and has been a target of hotel staff for months, and that he's not the only one. He claims the hotel staff mistreats him and other migrants.
Right. Mistreats him and other migrants. That's an interesting claim. Frames dropped. Uh-oh. Oh, we had a frame drop thing. Saint Caesar saying you sound like a chipmunk on YouTube. Yeah, we had a frame drop thing. Frames dropped. No, we're not opening. Yeah, the KBS is back up, but it... Oh, no, silent picture. Oh, no. It's happened again. It's happened again. It's happened again. Up, but it... Oh, no, silent picture. Okay, and, now the KBS is up. Time to see if you've been hacked, sir. Sane, I already asked him about that, dude. Okay, they said they can track that, and so I have no time to see if you've been hacked, sir. Fuck off. How am I supposed to do that? Am I going to go look at the router now? I already called the company and talked to them. They said they can track the signals to see that. 25 seconds the last few minutes ago. Oh, no, don't tell me this. Dropped rate. URL streaming. Stop streaming to access these controls. What can I do? Check for the health of your internet. Change your ingest server. If none of these work, lower your bit rate. Because again, the internet connection is the one that goes up and down. And it's not the bit rate thing. What do you mean restream.stream? I don't want to use restream to do this. Jesus Christ. Landers, the attack has begun. I don't know, man. Let's see if it's rebooted. Uh-oh. Is this one rebooted? I restarted it. Come on, man. Okay, so, everything's fine on this. Why are we... This is live? Oh, now it is live. Shiznit. There we go. Alright, Johnny froze again, says Jolly Green Dickhead. What are you talking about? We shouldn't have froze. I reloaded everything. Still chipmunk audio? Really? You still sound like an alien on YouTube. So it didn't fix the YouTube and... Oh, fuck. And then... So, does that fix the effing Twitch thing? Come on, man. I just had an hour left in the show. Could we just get through the show? Let's go to channel. Let's go to, yeah, creator dashboard. Don't say YouTube makes you sound like a boomer. Don't say the YouTube. It makes you sound like a boomer. Okay. The YouTube, the Twitch, the Twitter. I always say the things because I'm sorry. I'm a boomer. Apparently a boomer. Alright, stream manager. Let's see what it sounds like over here. Bitrate dumped and dived and everything. And still silent as fuck. I don't know what I need to do now. I don't know what to do now. The whole thing. I'm worried it's gonna freeze again. Half the people can't hear it. Yeah, I know. No sound. I don't want to bail an hour early, but honestly, I'm exhausted from doing errand stuff, and I'm exhausted with this problem and other stuff I've had going on. So I'll look into maybe using Restream this weekend and try redoing things. I guess I'll type this out in here so people know because they can't show. I am just going to have to end the stream. I am sorry. Oh, I'm looking at it and it froze over there again. But I don't have an issue here. Oh, it didn't freeze. It's me thinking. Great. All right. I'm sorry. I have to end the stream. I have to end the stream. Find a fix this Sunday, John. Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Back on Sunday. Thank you for reminding me. I can't. I'm just burnt out. I just one for there, one for, and then